Well, hello, hello, hello. How are you? Welcome to our podcast today. This is Anthony Murray, and this is Financial Sense. And we are here because you are there, and we want to educate you a little bit and encourage your hearts in a few things as they are making adjustments to our cameras. Please forgive. But listen, we got something. When I was coming up, there used to be this program on called the Ed Sullivan Show, and he used to always say something like, "We got a really good show for you today, a really good show," and that's what we got today. We got a really good show for you today. The name of the show is "Why Not You." It's simple. It really is. It's real simple. Why not you? And it sounds a little preachy, doesn't it? Doesn't it? It sounds a little preachy, but it really isn't. But it's a good question, isn't it? It's a good question. Why not? Why not you? So, how many of you are afraid to go into business because of whatever? Really, whatever. Whatever it may be, something got your goat to where you are afraid to go into business for yourself. You really want to because you tried Mary Kay, you tried this, that, the other. I remember this guy years ago. Boy, what is his name? I forget his name now. And he used to sell clothes out of the trunk of his car. And I'm not talking about junk. Well, maybe it was junk. But I was a young fella. And back then, it didn't seem like it was junk to me. And it was a pretty good price. And so I would buy clothes from him. I'd buy shirts, I'd buy dress clothes. I got a little older as a teenager, and I had my little teenage job going on. And I wanted to change my appearance a little bit. So I bought some clothes, and I bought some clothes from this gentleman. And they were, for me, they were all that, right? But my point is this. His objective was to have his own clothing store. That's what his goal was. Now, when we would see him, because he lived across town, but when we would see him, he'd be dressed nice, and he would have these clothes in his car, all in plastic. They were still in the original, material and everything, plastic covering and whatever else that clothes are in when they're shipped. And he'd present them to us, and we go ahead and we look through the clothes. And as I think about it, we bought those clothes without even trying them on. Yeah, sometimes he just take like a shirt, and hold it up to it and say, "Oh yeah, that'll fit you." If it doesn't, let me know. Or he'll take out a pair of pants, open them up a little bit, put them up to our waist, and say, "Yeah, I think you got this. I think this will work for you." And that's what he did. That's what he did. And he sold a ton of clothes. A ton of clothes. So why not you? Some of you really are good entrepreneurs. You really are. How do I know? Because you were an entrepreneur for your school. You sold candy for the school. Remember those days? Remember how you will bug your parents. I know my kids bugged me, and and they would say, "Hey, Dad, could you bring this to work and sell, get some names for me and help me sell this candy?" And what could I say? Yeah, okay. So look, they talked me into it. They really did, right? They talked, and we buy some candy from them because we're trying to help them go on this trip. They sold the idea of the trip to me. You did the same thing, didn't you? Or your kids did. You sold the idea of something to somebody. If you're married, you sold the idea of marriage to your spouse, right? Why not you? Why not go into business for yourself? Why not you? Yeah, it's a challenge. It costs money. But you're spending the money anyway, aren't you? You're spending the money living somebody else's dream. Isn't that the truth? You are living somebody else's dream. So why not you? Why not make this thing work for you? That thing, your business, your idea, your invention, your book, your movie script. Why not? Have you ever really heard Tyler Perry give his testimony how he had to sleep in his car? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then he just said one last time, he's going to give this thing a shot one last time. And he put on a play one last time. And the people were lined up around the corner, around the block. One last time. Sometimes we give up too early, right? We give up too quick. Sometimes we don't try that idea, that invention, just that one more time. Just one more time. That's what happens to most of us, isn't it? Just that one more time. We don't do it. Just that one more time. Why? Well, we start thinking about what people are going to say about us. Isn't that the truth? We start thinking about that. We start thinking about, well, I don't want people to think about me as a salesperson or as I got another crazy idea. Around 2 years ago, we had a young lady on a podcast that came up with a board game, a learning board game. And that thing was selling like hotcakes. So I asked her, I said, well, why don't you present this to those guys on TV? And I'll not mention the names. And she said, because they want too much money. She said, we're going to do this our way, ourselves, and we're going to present it straight to the manufacturers or whomever, and we're going to get our own distribution. I said, cool. Excuse me. I learned something that day. What about you? Why not you? Why haven't you gone the extra mile with that business idea? Why haven't you? Why not you? Why haven't you gone that extra mile with the play idea. You know, at first it's kind of rough, isn't it? It's kind of difficult at first. At first, people, we get weary, we get lonely, we get frustrated. All types of things happen, right? And we don't know what to do. Sometimes families not really backing us like we think they ought to. Sometimes our friends say, oh no, here he comes again. And we get a little dismayed. But why not go that extra mile just one more time? I mean, if others could do it, why not you? You could do it. You could do this. You have ideas. You have a vision. You have a purpose in life, right? We all do. We are all on earth for a reason, a purpose to fulfill. So why not you? Why not you? Hey, I want to talk a little bit about some of my friends. You know, they man, they're just here for us. They're beautiful people, right? Beautiful people. And you ought to, you know what I want you to do before you do anything else? I want you to share. My name is Anthony Murray, and this is Financial Sins. And welcome to our show, right? Welcome to our show. I want you to share this with somebody and let them know we're here. Okay? Okay. Well, we got a friend at Kim's Cafe and Restaurant, 714 Martin Luther King Boulevard, Savannah, Georgia. Great food, great atmosphere, soul food, cooked like your mama made it. They're open Tuesday through Sunday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. So they're not there all day. All right. But these are some good folks. And if you go by there, just tell them Financial Sins said, holla. Yeah, tell them you said hi, right? All right. Tell them you said hi. Right. These are just some nice folks. Somebody else you might want to go check out. One Price Cleaners on Garden City, Georgia, at the Farmers Market on Highway 80, Black owned and operated. You know, they have some good prices from what I can see. I brought some clothes down to them. I'm waiting to pick them up now. And I'm going to see how them bad boys look. And I hope they look good. But from what I understand, everyone that I've spoken to that brought their clothes there, highly satisfied. Okay? So I want you to think about that and give them a shot. Okay? Give them a shot. All right. Shepherd's Gas, Food Mart. All right. Hey, this is a beautiful brother right here. Beautiful guy. Okay. 1302 West Gwinnett Street at Stiles Avenue. Don't drive by, stop by. They're the only Black-owned gas station in Chatham County, Effingham County. They have everything all the other gas stations have. All right, food, newspapers, and more. Newspapers, you haven't heard that word in a while. Newspapers. Well, listen, why not you? Why don't you have your own thing going on, your own business? Why haven't you started something? What are you waiting for? Really, what are you waiting for? Okay, I want you to think about that for a moment. And I want you to say to yourself, what am I waiting for? All right? What am I waiting for? Okay, I want you to think about that. What, and say it to yourself. What am I waiting for? All right, say it again. What am I waiting for? Now, listen, you don't have to wait long. Matter of fact, I'm looking for people that's interested in learning about the finance industry. We offer free financial literacy workshops, absolutely free, no cost, no cost. All right, and no cost. You want to know more about it? There's my number. There's my email. Text me, call me, and let's talk about this thing. There's my address running across the bottom of the screen, excuse me. That's my office address. And I believe you want to know more about that. Okay? So think about it. Think about it. All right? I want you to think about that. I want to share something with you. And I think you will get a kick out.
Why does it seem like no one wants to talk about dreams anymore? Is it the post 9/11 worries, the post-recession blues, or the posts on social media by anyone with an opinion that have made the world so cynical these days? Are they obsolete, out of style? Are they uncool? You still have dreams. For many North Americans, a dream is nothing but an old-fashioned idea replaced by the harsh reality of a modern world. Longer work hours, higher debt, fewer raises, horrible bosses, less family time. Who's got time for dreams when everyone's just trying to get by? We're here to officially announce that WSB is bringing dreams back. And we're not doing it for just the ultra-wealthy like others are. We're doing it for everyone. Every age, every background, every gender, every experience level. Whoever you are, we're here to help you. And help starts with a financial education. When people know how money really works, they can reduce debt and enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing their families are protected financially. They can discover the excitement that comes from a solid strategy to save for the future and the hope that one day they might become financially independent. But we don't stop there. We open the door to anyone to become a business owner and be part of our mission to help others. We don't want anyone to shrink the size of their dreams to fit the size of their opportunity. That's why there's no limit to how many people can reach our top promotion levels. And that's why we don't put any limits on how much you can earn with us. Success is not reserved for a few. It's offered to anyone willing to learn, work hard, and grow. We believe anyone with the right support can transition from where they are today as someone's employee to where they could be tomorrow as an entrepreneur who owns their future. If you don't build your dream, someone will hire you to help build theirs. When you know how to protect your family financially, when you take control of your money, when you're enabled to succeed, an amazing thing happens. Dreams are all you want to talk about. If you still have dreams, start here.
Hey, wasn't that powerful? You still have dreams? Call me, baby. Call me. Let's get together and let's help your dream become a reality. All right. So what are we talking about today? Why not you? I want to share with you the names of some folks. Yes, I'm going to drop some names. Entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs, all right, that have started with little to nothing. All right. Hear the words I'm saying, little to nothing. Successful entrepreneurs. Did you hear that part? All right. So let me read this story. Do a quick search through the business archives, and you can find lists of successful entrepreneurs that started with nothing and still hit dizzying heights of business success. You might be sitting there today wondering how you can possibly get your idea off the ground. But in 2019, with technology at your fingertips, it's never been easier to get your product developed and your brand into the minds of potential customers. If you're in need of some inspiration, don't worry, just take some notes. All right, from these famous entrepreneurs, there's 10 of them, but I'm only going to go through a couple. All right, but they're incredible life stories. John Paul DeJoria. Entrepreneur John DeJoria is entirely self-made. He is most well known as the founder of the Paul Mitchell line of hair care products. But his early life was not characterized by riches. He started his career as a truck driver, janitor, and even sold Christmas cards door to. I never heard of anybody selling Christmas cards door to door, but this man did it. Okay, let me see. He was fired from his first job in hair care while working for Redken Laboratories. Then in 1980, he formed John Paul Mitchell Systems with hairdresser Paul Mitchell with a loan of just $700. You know what he's worth today? He's now worth $3.1 billion. That's with a B, people, billion. Why not you? Why not you? Why not you? Why not you? All right. Billion. Jan Koum. His name, this next person's name is Jan Koum. I believe that, or might be Jan Koum. Could you live without WhatsApp? You heard of WhatsApp before? Could you live without it? Well, you know, for a while I did. And then all of a sudden, it's like, hey, I need that thing. Because I can reach people and talk to people across seas and not have to use my data up. I remember, look, when I was coming up, there was no internet. There was no cell phones. If you wanted to make a long distance call, you use the operator, okay? And then it got to a point where you could just dial one, the area code and the phone number. All right, you still have to dial that, right? Area code and the phone number, but you do it on your cell phone, and the only thing that's going to use up possibly is data, or you may be able to talk as long as possible. All right, so thankful Jan Koum, a Ukrainian, look, this person was a native to the Ukraine, and they moved to the United States, a refugee or somebody that just, hey, I need a better opportunity, right? They invented the communication app in 2009. After being born in poverty, Koum began learning about computers. At 18, he already had high-level skills, and in 1997, he began working for Yahoo as an infrastructure engineer. All right. He launched WhatsApp to great acclaim after buying his first smartphone and having an idea for the product, which allows people to send messages between mobile phones via the web, regardless of what country they are in. Facebook recently bought the app for a staggering, you ready for this? They paid that boy some money. You ready for this? They bought it for $19 billion. $19 billion. All right. His top tip: do one thing and do it well. Do one thing and do it well. Boy, that's a tip for me. Do one thing and do it well. That's his tip. Howard Schultz. Howard Schultz. Anybody here like Starbucks? Yeah, all y'all like Starbucks, right? All you guys like Starbucks. All right, well, Howard, and do me a favor, share this. All right, let people know that I'm on. Share this. Share. Please share. Let's get the word out. If you want more information, there's my name, my email, and my phone number. Here's my information coming across the bottom of the screen. Let me tell you some more about Mr. Schultz. Starbucks founder Howard Schultz may be synonymous with entrepreneurial success, but life wasn't always so rosy. His family didn't have much money, and he grew up in a housing estate. That's poor. All right. He paid for college with government loans and money earned from part-time jobs. He was also the first person in his family to go to college. It was while working for a coffee company that Schultz first came into contact with Starbucks brand. He visited a branch of the new company in Seattle. Soon after, he joined the company as marketing director. In 1985, Schultz left Starbucks and decided to open his own coffee house. He raised the $500,000 needed to open the first store and started his business. 2 years later, the original Starbucks manager decided to sell its retail unit to Schultz. Go figure. All right, who would do something that crazy? People without a vision would do something that crazy. Listen, I know you got vision. I know you got drive. I know you do. Remember how you rapped to that woman to become your wife? Yeah, you. Remember you talked her into it. You know, I wish my wife was here to talk. My wife would tell you she didn't even like me. She didn't like me, but now she loves me. Hey, look, what am I talking to you about? We're talking about you. Why not you? Why can't you do this? You can do this. You have dreams. You have vision. You have drive. You have goals. And now you have a little push from Financial Sense. Baby, we just want to push you a little bit, encourage you a little bit. You can do this. I don't care where in the world you live, you can do this. Why not you? Why don't you start your own thing? You don't need to sell drugs. You really don't. Talking about some entrepreneurs, them boys, those ladies, those are some entrepreneurs. All right, let me finish reading about Schultz. This guy is now worth $2.9 billion. Look, I'm talking to you about some billionaires. These people didn't have a dime to their name, some of them, but they didn't give up. They didn't throw in the towel. They took the risk. When you make a decision to go into business for yourself, there's always risk involved. Always risk. Always risk. I think that's the beauty of it. The risk. You know, if there was no risk, there wouldn't be any glory. You understand what I'm saying? If there was no risk, you wouldn't have anything you could write home about. There's risk involved. Yes, you can lose your shirt. And there's been many people that have experienced that more than one time, but they still persevere. They still push. They still go for their dream. They don't give up. Do you know why? Because they can't get away from that voice on the inside saying that they could do it. You hear that voice on the inside of you telling you you could start your own business. You could do your own thing. You could do it. All right. This guy's experience led him to develop a sophisticated philosophical approach, to life. I believe life is a series. This is a quote from him. I believe life is a series of near misses, he once said in a speech. A lot of what we ascribe to luck is not luck at all. It's seizing the day and accepting the responsibility for your future. It's seeing what other people don't see and pursuing that vision. Hey, look, I'm just telling you what this man said. Now, he said that about himself. But you know, that's true about all of us, isn't it? If you really want to make it work, why brag about somebody else when you can live your own dream? This next person did it. All right, I'm gonna read a little bit about her. She's so familiar, everybody knows her. She has her own television network, Oprah Winfrey, the powerful woman we know today as a talk show host, writer, campaigner, Golden Globe winner, and global icon, was actually born into poverty in rural Mississippi and raised in inner city Milwaukee. Excuse me. Yet she didn't let her past define her future. After a troubled childhood, Winfrey landed a job in radio while still in high school. By 19, she was a co-anchor for the local evening news. Soon after, she became a daytime talk show host and went on to launch her own production company. By 32 years old, Winfrey was a millionaire. By 2000, she had a net worth of $800 million. That's a lot of net worth, making Winfrey the richest African American of the 20th century. By 2008, her yearly income had increased to 200. Her yearly income had increased. Yearly income. I want to make sure you catch this. Her yearly income had increased to 275 million, not thousand, million. All right, this is my calculator. I can't even calculate that high. All right, 275 million. It's like $20 million a month. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. In a speech, wait a minute. Let me go back. By 2014, Forbes claimed that Winfrey had a net worth in excess of $2.9 billion. That's her personal money. Okay? That's her personal money. All right? That's interesting. The reason she did so well, because she aligned her work with her passion. So let's talk about your passion for a moment. All right, let's talk about that. What's your passion? What is the one thing you do if you got paid or not? Really? What is the one thing you do if you got paid or not? What is it? I want you to think about that because that's where your passion is. Now, you need to get paid because you need to eat, you need to pay bills. But I'm talking about something that you stay up all night about, something that you would lose sleep about, something that will grab your goat so it'll grab your heart so much that you eat, breathe, sleep, talk about it, sing about it, dream about it. It's right there. Let me talk about this guy named Wan Cheng. Wan Cheng. Might not be a household name, but his fashion chain, Forever 21. You ever hear that? Forever 21? Certainly is. Before launching the retail empire in 1984, Wan Cheng worked as a janitor at a gas station and in a coffee shop when he first moved to America from South Korea. Another immigrant, right? The first store he opened with his wife was 900 square feet in LA. And they opened it with only $11,000 in their savings, all right? Plunging it all into the business. At first, the shop was called Fashion 21, and customers mainly came from the Korean American community. But soon the customer base expanded, and after a name change to Forever 21, the business flew. It's now an international 790 store empire, and Mr. Cheng is said to be worth 3.2 billion. A janitor. This guy was a janitor. I talk to people all the time about coming into the financial industry. You know, hey, look, there's good money in the finance industry, people. Good money. Good money in the finance industry. And the people I talk to, they can't see it. I'm trying to figure out why they can't see it. Why can't you see that there's something more than fulfilling somebody else's vision? No, when you work for people, that's what you're doing, right? So why not you? Why not you break away from the pack? Why not you live your own dream? Why not you build that business that you've been dreaming about since you were a child? Why not you? You could do it. All right, you could do it. You ever hear of a guy named Ralph Lauren? Household name and fashion industry titan Ralph Lauren graduated high school in the Bronx, New York, but later dropped out of college to join the U.S. Army. A dropout. Can you relate? He was working as a sales assistant at U.S. menswear store Brooks Brothers when he began to wonder if men were ready for something more colorful, specifically when it came to ties. In 1967, he decided to try his hand at running his own business. Why not you? What about you? Take the gloves off and start that business. You know you got that entrepreneurial heart. You know you're ready. Look, let me say this again. Let me say this again. If you want to go into the finance industry, help people with their money, life insurance, disability, long-term care, give me a call. I'll help you start your own business in the finance industry. You will become an independent contractor. And listen, the sky's the limit. I'm telling you, the sky's the limit. Hey, I want to talk to you some more, just a little bit, about some of my friends, okay? About some of my friends. They're really nice people. Uh, Davis Bosman Johnson Law, the law firm that gets great results. Their telephone number is 912-225-1600 with offices in Savannah, Atlanta, Statesboro. Hey, these boys trying to cover the state. But there's some really nice people, and they love helping people. So if you need a lawyer, give them a call. All right? You can go on their website if you want, www.dbjlawyers.com. That's www.dbjlawyers.com. And check them out. All right. Tell them Anthony sent you. Okay. All right. Tell them you heard this on Financial Sins. They're friends. All right. I didn't mean to rhyme there, but that was a good rhyme, wasn't it? Financial Sins. They're friends. Hey, look, you could do this, but I want to talk to you about something real quick. Real quick. How many of you realize that in order for things to be successful, when you start your own business, depending on the business, you may need to get those clothes cleaned, right? You can go to One Price Cleaners, Garden City, Georgia, at the farmer's market, right off of Highway 80, across from the farmer. You look, it's a new road, all right? Black owned and operated. They got some good prices. Now, they got my clothes. I'm going to check them out, make sure them clothes are good. But I'm telling you, everyone that I've spoken to that brought their clothes over there, they were highly satisfied. They're just some common folks, some of our friends. Check them out, all right? And don't forget about my boy here, all right? You need some gas and you're in Savannah? Shepherd's Gas Food Mart, 1302 West Gwinnett Street at Stiles Avenue. So he's right there on the corner, all right? Don't drive by, stop by. He's the only Black-owned gas station in Chatham County and Effingham County, Georgia, all right? It's a regular gas station, newspapers, lotto, food, and more. All right, check them out, all right? I promise you, you will be pleasantly surprised, okay? I want to share something with you about long-term care, because many of you don't have it. And you think, well, I'm young, I'm strong, and I don't need it. Well, those folks that are young and strong today, because of stuff in the atmosphere and some of the food, and because of stress and everything else, are having strokes. When you buy things like long-term care at a young age, the premiums are lower and it's better for you. All right. So I want you to take a listen to this and check it out. Okay.
We all want what's best for our loved ones, our families, and ourselves. But living life to the fullest comes with challenges, especially as we age. We may need a helping hand at some point in our lives. This responsibility usually falls on family members first, and no one wants to burden their loved ones. In fact, in the U.S., about 48 million individuals provide unpaid care to an adult family member or friend. This begs the question, who would be your caregiver? Talk to your financial professional today about how Transamerica can help you prepare with long-term confidence.
That's me, baby. Let me talk to you about that some more. Have you ever met or even had a family member who fell sick, and somebody in the family had to be there with them. Maybe somebody in the family had to give up their job. See, a lot of people think, well, I got Social Security benefits, or I got disability on my job. Disability and long-term care is different. Now, from your job, yes, they may cover you for a little while, but only for a little while. All right. So long-term care is to protect your savings, your assets. Disability is to protect your income. All right. So I want you to think about that for a moment. And again, you see my email, my phone number down at the bottom. Reach out to me. Let's get together and let's talk about this. Again, I'm looking for you to share this, share it with your friends, share it with your family. Let people know that we're here. Let people know that we are here to help them, okay? Financial Sense is here to help. Yeah, we're here to help. So let's talk about you and your business again. You and your business. What is your business doing here? Man, I had some family members, some cousins, talking about doing here. Them girls could do some here. They're not doing it today, but back in the day, they could do some here. I had some family members that could cook. Every time that child cooked, fried some chicken, it was golden brown. Every time. It wasn't dark brown, it was golden brown. And the consistency, that stuff tastes good. Good. Unfortunately, at a young age, she contracted cancer and she went on to be with the Lord. She gave her life to the Lord and she went on to glory. Prime example, somebody that needed long-term care, but she didn't have it. She didn't have it. Her husband and family, children did the best they could to help her. All right. So you know someone that's been in a nursing home, and because they didn't have long-term care, what happened? They had a house, right? Or they had an apartment, but they had to give it up because they couldn't afford to have anybody come to the house. So they had to go into the nursing home. And when you don't have, listen to what happens. When you don't have the resources that are needed, then you go to the government, and the government becomes your sugar daddy. And then the government can decide if you're going to get the care that's needed or not. I know someone that was having seizures, extremely bad. They'd be on a job and have a seizure. They could barely stay on a job. They had to give up almost every job they had, or actually had to give up every job they had. They lived homeless for a while. A young lady, no long-term care. All right. Some of the stuff that happened to her, she brought on herself, but it took her almost 7 years to get on SSI. Why? Well, she was young. She didn't make enough for them to justify giving her. So whatever reason, they prolonged it, and it just happened to be like that. Listen, folks, knowledge is power, and applied knowledge is powerful. Financial literacy is the key. You need to know how money works. All right. So I want to invite you. Because I know you have dreams. I know you have vision. I want to invite you to free financial literacy workshops. All right. They're free. All right. I want to make sure you hear the word. They are free financial literacy workshops. Monday through Friday, 2 p.m., 8 p.m., and 10 p.m. All right, Eastern Standard Time. Okay. You go to the website that's scrolling across so you can register, or you call me. All right. I'm going to give you my name and number again. Let me give you my information. There it is right there. Let me put that workshop stuff back up, and I'm going to do this. Here's my email and my phone number. You can call me and I will help you register for the workshops. The workshops are free. The study material to go with the workshop is not free, but it doesn't cost that much. It's only $10, and you get 2 books, a workbook and a textbook. $10. That's it. $10. All right. Plus shipping costs. All right. Shipping costs shouldn't be that much. $3 to $5, something like that. You spend that for those of you that smoke. You spend that on a pack of cigarettes, right? I don't know how much cigarettes cost these days, but I was standing behind somebody one day, and they were buying some cigarettes, and it seemed like to me they bought 1 pack of cigarettes, and it was like $5 or $6 or $7, something like that, 1 pack. So one person bought like 3 packs, and they spent like $15, $17, $20, something like that. And I'm like, man, oh man, those things have gone up. Well, I was never really a smoker anyway. I was always into sports. I did try my hand at smoking a cigarette, but it just didn't work for me because I was too into sports, and I didn't want to ruin myself like that. So let's get together. Let's talk about this thing. Let's talk about how you could attend these financial literacy workshops, get your money right, start your business. All right. America was built on the small business that eventually became the big business. Okay. So let's get together. Now, some of you are ready for retirement. We need to connect. My time is almost up, but give me a call. Let's talk about how I can help you grow your money, protect your wealth and your income. Most of you are walking around, you don't have a will or a trust. Listen, you are not protecting yourself. Let's get this thing together. Let's do this. Let's do it right. Let's do it with pride. Let's do it. Let's keep our families in mind. Let's keep our loved ones in mind. Grow your vision. Let me help you grow and protect your wealth, your income, and your vision. You're in debt. Let me help you get out of that debt. You don't need it. It stinks. Okay, hey, listen, my time is really come and gone. Wow, it has come and gone. You can reach out to me right there. There's my name, my email, and my phone number right there. I would love to hear from you. It's been a blast being with you today. Man, what a blessing it was. You need to connect with me, and let's make it happen, people. You see my name and number running across the bottom. It's going to be there all the way to the end. Until next time, God bless. And don't forget, why not you?
I like that.